Let me light a cigarette and drink me a beer. It's Sunday morning, and if my baby calls, tell her I ain't here. It's Sunday morning, the bar is closing down again. Me and all my rowdy friends, I think the sun's coming up again. It's Sunday morning, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Sunday morning, yeah, yeah. Another Sunday morning, another weekend worth of kicking it. Now I'm sitting on the couch and mentally reliving it. Guess I'll chalk it up, it's just a part of the fast life. A stranger's in my room and she looked so much better last night. The radio's loud, someone turning shit down. In my living room it looks like a fraternity
Dick Darren
house.
back, straight hustling. Got Money Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Oh, shit, nothing. What's happening, baby?
Ready to do this show. We got Ricky Forbes, the tornado hunter.
Oh, man, he's the tornado tamer, I thought. He's a bad man, I tell you.
Yeah, I got a new season of Tornado Hunter coming out. He's he's like an adrenaline junkie. Does all kind of cool stuff, man. Everything that we want to do, he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Chasing them tornadoes is, it's insane. And, I've always wanted to do it since since I saw Twister. I've always wanted to go check them out, but I haven't got to do it.
Yeah. All right, we're getting ready to get Ricky on the phone, see what Ricky's doing. What's up, Ricky?
Oh.
Hey, is Ricky?
Yeah, this is Ricky here.
Dick Darren with Straight Hustling. How you doing, man?
Yeah, good. You?
Good. We got Money Mike with us.
Perfect.
So how you been doing, man?
Yeah, real good. Just getting ready for the upcoming season here.
We tried to call you the first time. I didn't know if one of them tornadoes got you. You didn't answer the first time.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's a little difficulties on my end.
So you're in Canada, huh?
I am, yeah, up in a place called Saskatchewan.
Oh, wow. So then you how many tornadoes you got up there?
Approximately 0.
It's not a snow-nado?
Yeah, no, it's minus 30 here right now, but a foot of snow on the ground.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's cold as hell. Yeah.
Oh, it's brutal, man.
We're down in this valley right now at our studio we have, and we're getting ready to get hit with a big ice storm. So we're like, shit, we hope we can get out of here tonight.
Sorry, whereabouts are you?
We're right outside of Nashville,
Okay.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
So we got our share of tornadoes. You been in Tennessee tornado chasing?
I haven't. No, you guys do get your storms, but I haven't been there yet storm chasing.
Man, you got to come check it out. Well, hopefully we won't have another one anytime soon. But
Oh, yeah, we will. You know it.
I would love to get down there.
Yeah, they tend to tear up old neighborhoods here, and we get to make them new again. So it's pretty awesome when they do that.
So how do you get started doing storm chasing?
Well, I was kind of luck of the draw. I was actually a computer geek. I still am, but at the time I was a computer geek. And I was just doing freelance work. And a friend of a friend put me in touch with this storm chaser that needed a computer geek on the road with the team. And I was like, I could be that guy. And next thing I know, I end up in the driver's seat. I see my first tornado, and I've been addicted ever since. And it's been 4 years now.
Oh, wow. That's a cool story.
Have you been inside one of them, or?
I have been inside tornado, yeah.
Oh man, in a TIV or something like that. You know what I mean? That vehicle or something. Did y'all build a vehicle, or have you just accidentally ended up inside one?
Yeah, no, so you have the TIV tornado intercept vehicle. They mean to do that. They have that big armored vehicle. I don't know if you've seen our vehicle, but it's a bulletproof F-150.
Yeah.
But we're not steel plated. We don't have the spikes like they do. We're not trying to get inside of a tornado. We're trying to get close and get pictures and videos of it. When we got caught inside a tornado, it was a very unique day, and it was actually the world's largest tornado on record.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
It was 2.6 miles wide at the base.
Oh, is that the one through Alabama?
No, that one was in El Reno, Oklahoma in 2013.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that where all the bad ones are, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
You know, that's, for the most part, the biggest and the baddest ones happen in Oklahoma. Seems to be the center spot for it, yeah.
Yeah. I remember I flew over one time and got diverted to Dallas because on my wedding anniversary because of damn tornadoes in Oklahoma. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, man, that's pretty cool, man. So have you always liked storms? You always been interested in them? Because I know we were talking earlier, and like whenever we get big storms here, I always like to go outside and check it out. My wife's always yelling and stuff, and Mike was saying he liked to do the same thing. So have you kind of always had an interest in them?
Well, to be honest, I have the same story as you guys. Like, storms look awesome. They're beautiful, like the lightning, the high winds, the rains that come with it.
Exciting, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's about as far as it went for me. Like, I've watched the movie Twister, and I love it, but I've never thought of it as a career before. Before I started storm chasing, I never knew people. I never knew people even did it. I've always been big into the extreme sports like snowboarding, racing dirt bikes, skydiving, that kind of stuff. And when I got the chance to go out and see a tornado. Wow, that's the biggest rush of all time. And that's really been my draw. And now there's so much more, like capturing the photos and the videos and everything else that comes along with it as well.
Yeah, that's got to be an adrenaline junkie job.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be, because that's a big, big high. It's got to be.
So you're not
and especially when you get to drive beside a tornado for over an hour, there's no better thing.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's insane.
So you're not like one of the sissy asses in the big armor-plated thing then, huh?
Wow, I wouldn't call them sissy either.
I'm just kidding.
It's pretty intimidating no matter what vehicle you're in to do that.
No shit.
Yeah,
Get thrown around,
because
boy.
you don't even know what the hell. I mean, a freaking tanker truck full of gas gets thrown on you. I don't give a shit if you're in a TIV or not. You're probably going to die.
Well, that and as much technology as we have, like we have lots of radars on board, but I relate tornadoes to kind of like a bull. You have a pretty good idea of how they're going to behave, but there's always special circumstances. For example, that's the reason why we got caught inside that tornado. We didn't read it right, and it came after us. And so I would say it's about 80-85% predictable, but there's always that 10-15% that's unknown. So,
are you the computer guy reading these things?
Well, we all have. None of us are meteorologists, but we all know enough to track the storms. If that makes sense. Like if you're a meteorologist, you know a whole gamut of stuff, and we just know like a small percentage of it, just enough to do our jobs properly.
You guys are probably more accurate then.
Well, I don't know. It's back and forth. It depends how much information you have available, but yeah, lots of times where there's a lot of it, it's intuition. It's a lot easier when they're in person and we can really read it and feel it and see how things are measuring up versus what the data is saying.
Man, I got something for your new season. Ricky Forbes skydives into a tornado.
Whose side are you on?
It'll work out, man. It'll be cool.
That'd be great.
Yeah, run that by my mom and we'll see how that works out.
We'll buckle Mike on to you so he can film it.
I'll be your weight.
Perfect.
I'll be your weight, man. I'm pretty hefty. I'll anchor you down, man. I'm your anchor. I got your back.
So what? Oh, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the story with the show you're doing? This is a podcast?
Yeah. Podcast out of Nashville, man. Just me and a couple buds, and we're just interviewing people and having a good time and
having a drink or two.
Yep.
Yeah, seeking out interesting people that do cool shit, and we're just getting them on here and talking about how they got started, what they're doing now, and things like that.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Yeah, because like if you weren't a storm chaser, wouldn't you want to talk to a storm chaser and find out what he did?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, we talked to Eddie Money. We talked to, a lot of stars.
Yeah.
I lost. Did you hear me?
No. Yeah. I can hear you guys.
Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. But
can you hear you now? Oh.
Yeah, we got, a lot of big stars coming on. We talked to a lot of UFC fighters. That's just stuff we're into, rock and roll and stuff we're into. We just, we get in touch with people and get them on our show and talk to them.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, and people are, I guess, trying to dig it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like, you guys.
And now we got the tornado tamer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say tamer, more like watcher.
So, man, you got some cool stories about some cool things? I know there's a lot of devastation and stuff, too, but some of the cool stuff that you're like, oh, shit, look, there goes something flying down the road or something.
A cow.
You know what? I got two good stories for you guys. And like you said, don't get me wrong, there is lots of tragedy and devastation that does come with tornadoes. That's not what we're out there for. We're not capturing that part. We're looking for the open field tornadoes, the ones that don't harm people. I just want to be clear on that part.
Sure.
But yeah, so two of my top stories. One would be just this past year was the twin tornadoes. I don't know if you guys saw any video or images of that. But it's one of the few times in history twin tornadoes have been documented. When I say twin tornadoes, it's two tornadoes on the ground side by side at the same time. And this happened just this past summer, June 16th, in about central Nebraska. And they touched down. They lasted for over an hour. Twin tornadoes. It was absolutely incredible. It's it's the only time I've ever seen it. And I think the only time in my lifetime I'll get to see it as a storm chaser. And it's absolutely incredible. Two monsters spinning side by side. And I don't know if you guys ever heard, but tornadoes, they sound a lot like a jet engine.
Yeah.
They sound like a jet airplane. And when you have two of them side by side, it's absolutely incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. My other good story was when we were caught inside a tornado. I'll kind of give you guys a play-by-play how that happened. We're getting close to this tornado, as we normally do. We come up from the south side of it, and everything was going good. This tornado was picking up speed. It's about 2 p.m. It's really hot out. Everything's going well, and this tornado is starting to grow in size. It's looking good. We're getting lots of pictures and videos. It's a good day as a storm chaser. And then this tornado kind of behaved a little bit differently. Normally, storms will travel in a northeasterly fashion, but this tornado took a south turn, and it came towards us. And then it also expanded a lot quicker than usual. Like I said, it grew to become the world's largest tornado, 2.6 miles wide, and it just engulfed us, and we couldn't get away from it fast enough. And so as it's getting closer to us, this jet engine, this roar is getting louder and louder, and it's starting – that's all you can hear at one point is the whistle of the sound – of the wind. And as it starts to hit our vehicle, it starts to rock the vehicle. And there's rains coming with it, and your windshield wipers stop moving because the winds are so strong, they're not letting the windshield wipers move. So now you're getting completely rained out. And as I'm the driver for the team, so as a driver, it's very tough to see, but you keep on driving. You want to get out of there. And then you're not quite sure if you're inside the tornado yet. There's this high winds, but then all our ears popped. And the reason why this happens is because once you get inside a tornado, the air pressure changes, and it changes enough to pop your ears, much like an airplane or going up and down a hill. So now our ears are popped, and we've all realized this, and that's when we start to get terrified. Now we're inside this tornado, and anything's possible, and we're just hoping to make it out alive. And so we're driving along, and there's houses and buildings getting ripped apart and thrown at us. Steel's hitting our truck, breaking our windows, knocking our truck around. At one point, the winds tried to pick the truck up. I would say it's about not much. It's about a foot off the ground, but enough that we could tell it's off the ground. And luckily, it set us down pretty quickly back on our tires. And we were able to get it in the ditch, or at least I put it in the ditch. And the reason why I put it in the ditch is if you're in a vehicle near high winds or a tornado by chance, you want to get in the ditch. Because if you're up on the road, the winds want to get underneath your vehicle and lift you up or roll you. But if you're in the ditch, you have a little bit better chance at making it through as the winds will start to go over top and kind of act aerodynamically, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
That does.
Yeah, so I put us in the ditch, and we're driving down this ditch. It's absolute chaos. The truck's bouncing everywhere. Everything's out of control. And I wasn't sure if we were going to make it out or not. And then this, like a casino twist of this 2-ton grain farm truck comes flying through the air. Honest to God, I'm not making this up because the other guys in the truck saw this. This 2-ton grain farm truck is about 20, 30 feet off the ground, comes flying through the air. And at that point, I thought two things. One, I was scared it was going to land on us. And two, I was kind of sad because I thought, well, if that's up in the air, there's no doubt our halftime pickup opened up as well. And it came flying out of the air, smashed down in the ditch right in front of us about 20 feet away. And I was just able to grab the steering wheel and get us back on the road and dodge this farm machinery. And as soon as we got back on the road, the tornado let up, and that was it, and we were out.
Damn.
Dude,
we were inside the tornado for about 45 seconds, a minute. It was absolutely terrifying, and I really hope to never do that again.
Did anybody spill their beer?
Yeah,
Mike, you're not allowed to drink beer and chase tornadoes.
Oh my God! Yeah, what about smoke?
What about after?
Yeah,
You got to have a drink after that shit.
Afterwards, we parked the vehicle, and there's a few people out catching their breath and having to smoke. Yeah,
I figured that one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Midwest. Yes, sir.
Oh man, that is crazy. I couldn't even imagine, man.
Yeah, no, it was quite the experience.
Oh yeah, did you get the video of it, or did it just hit you and you had to shut the camera off and floor the friggin' truck?
We have video of it up until we have video of getting caught inside the tornado. We have video of the buildings coming towards us. But once we hit the ditch, that's when all the cameras lost power or broke. everything, the ditch that we hit was about 7-8 feet deep and it was a V shape.
Oh man,
and,
yeah.
Like I didn't want to go in it, and I normally wouldn't. But given those circumstances, I took my chances. So when we hit the bottom, like, we kind of jumped into the ditch, and when we hit the bottom, all the equipment in the truck broke or shut off.
Wow.
Do you have anybody doing a hand camera in there?
Oh yeah. We had 2 hand cameras going in there. All our GoPros are running the whole bit.
Oh, okay. And at that time, they were like, "Screw this!" They put that down and held on, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. At that point, you're not worried about the film anymore.
Hell no. Oh, that's amazing.
So, what point do you say, like, I'm going to quit replacing my windshields, and because they're getting broken every time I go out? Does that get expensive?
Well, we have a windshield sponsor, so they take care of it.
Yeah. My windshield can withstand a tornado. I have 4. Yeah, that's a good one. Good.
Yeah.
So are there other teams and stuff doing this? Is like a competitive thing, or are there a lot of other people that like storm chase? And wasn't that movie where there was like different groups?
There's a show.
There was a movie though about tornadoes, and they had like competing groups trying to get the
Twister.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
So that real?
There's Twister, and then recently there's Into the Storm. But if you've seen Twister, most people have seen that movie. Storm chasing is exactly like Twister.
Okay.
Just about every day, like the different personalities run to the road, the different teams competing against each other, because we're all there trying to get videos and pictures and make a living off selling this footage. And we're all using different methods. Some people are more science-based, some people are more image-based. And there's all sorts of teams running the gamut, from your weekend warriors, that just amateurs coming out for the weekend, versus teams like ours that dedicate our whole lives to being storm chasers, and everything in between.
Oh wow! So do you ever like let the air out of their tires or anything once the storms come, so they can't get up and get the good footage of it?
Well, there is. I can't go into too much detail, but there's a few teams in particular that we have some. What would you call? We don't get along.
Don't play well together.
Yeah.
And so you get the amateurs out there, so they like the people in the trucks with like the camper and shit on the back and just driving all reckless and stuff.
Not so much that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying amateurs is a negative connotation. Like, we were amateurs when we started. Everybody has to start somewhere.
Right.
Kind of we're amateurs, the podcast.
Kind of like we're amateurs.
Yeah, exactly. So,
well, thanks.
Yeah. Sorry. Listen, Mike said it. I just went along with it.
That's all great, bro. It's all funny.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you do.
You know, absolutely. I'm just saying that's the game. There's the people who will storm chase once a year, and the people who spend their whole lives storm chasing.
Yeah. Do you get anybody that's like real reckless that you're like, oh damn? You must. You don't want to answer that one.
There is a few that approach it differently, and there's all sorts from your storm chasers that are very polite, professional, to people like Mike out there storm chasing.
You're exactly right.
We're gonna have to get Mike out there. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if they'd let me out there.
So is there so if you hear a city, how do you first get notified? Do you watch like weather maps and stuff, and is that kind of how you decide where they're going to be at? And then once you do get to one, how many people are coming to the same storm usually?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So the first part is when we're finding out about storms, we do our own forecasting using some of our forecasting radar equipment, but we'll also look towards, for example, for down in the States, you have the Storm Prediction Center, the SPC we call it, and they'll issue up to a week out, or pardon me, 2 weeks out, how they're seeing the storms coming through, and then they'll give like 7 days in, 6 days in, 4 days out, and up until the day of, and they'll tell you the percentage of tornado risk in certain areas. And we also take that into account, and we compare all the findings. We talk to our friends, other chasers that we get along with, and we make our best guess. Sorry, what was the second part of your question?
Yeah, so once there is a storm identified, are you saying there's different groups? Like, what does that equate to? Is that like 20, 30 people or 10 trucks? Or
No, yeah, it's a really good question. Like, so in remote locations, like say, for example, in Canada, not necessarily remote, but for storm chasing, the hub of storm chasing is like Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, where it's a big part of the culture. And when you're down in those states, storm chasing, sometimes, like especially in Oklahoma, I've seen the highways backed up for miles and miles where it's almost dangerous to be out there storm chasing. You're more likely to get involved in a car accident than be in danger by a storm.
Wow.
And then there'll be like I said, everybody and their dog out there, and you can have thousands of storm chasers, and it's absolutely incredible, just gridlock. And at those times, we'll choose either a different storm or just a really different route of getting about the storm that we'll be taking gravel roads the whole time and not taking main highways and whatnot. But once you get up to like more northern states, or you get up into Canada, sometimes we'll be on the road. We'll be the only storm chasers out there.
Yeah. So I guess the hotbeds down there in Oklahoma and that big area.
Absolutely, yeah.
Kansas,
and that's where
Kansas,
yeah.
So have you ever thought about switching to doing jumping in like the hurricanes and things like that, or you strictly tornadoes?
No, that's a really good question. So right now we focus on tornadoes. One is it's the most image friendly. It's when you see a tornado, those pictures are the most captivating for the most part, and they're a bit easier to go after, a bit safer, and a bit cheaper actually. Hurricanes and like water spouts and monsoons, those take a bit more resources and time. And the pictures are a bit harder to come by. But now that we have, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we're doing a show now about storm chasing. Mm-hmm. And now that we have the show, we got a bit more resources, and we actually get to go after a hurricane this year. And we also get to go after water spouts off the coast of Florida.
All right. Well, where's your show? What channel's your show coming on, or any of that stuff? You know, you plug
it's
it
on
out?
CMT. It's called Tornado Hunters.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to check that out for sure.
And when's the new season start?
Next fall.
Next fall. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that'll be cool. So you're going to be doing some. You're expanding to some different type storms. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, don't let that hurricane fool you though. Them things ain't playing.
Yeah, no. It should be an interesting experience.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always like to see the people that are like on the beach and stuff when they're getting ready to come. Like,
No. You don't want to be on the freaking beach, or you want to be at least a mile inland.
You got some people out there right before it hits. You know, they're out there.
From my experience with them, you want to be a mile at the very least inland. You're still going to get 3 or 4 feet of water.
They're out there on the surfboards and stuff and everything before that.
Good
comes,
luck with that. Yeah.
That'd be Ricky Forbes next. Surfboard.
We'll send Mike on with
break.
the surfboard.
Mike wants to be a mile away. How the hell are you going to be in a tornado if you want to be a mile away from a hurricane? You got to come on. Man.
Hey, a hurricane's a whole different picture.
I don't know. They're both.
The hurricane brings the ocean. Is all I'm talking about. The tornado brings
everything,
shacks and houses and bricks and this and that. But the hurricane brings the ocean.
So man, how safe are the? I guess the tornado shelters and stuff, they're all pretty safe. I guess the majority of them, they're getting more popular and popular, it seems, every day.
Yeah, we've come across areas affected by tornadoes, and to tell you the truth, I've never seen anybody, or at least heard a story of anybody in a tornado shelter that didn't make it through safely.
Yeah, I think if I lived in Oklahoma City, I'd be getting me a tornado shelter.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we were children, there were bomb shelters.
Yeah.
That's how they became. Yeah, they became tornado shelters after that. Just like the bomb drill became the tornado drill in school. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm that old.
Shit, me too, man.
Used to you had to go out there and put your head between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye because the bomb was coming from Russia, and then they said, "Oh no, it's just the tornado." Yeah, right. Whatever.
Well, we're going to send you out a Str8hustlin shirt, man. It's guaranteed to protect you,
and it will bring in the wind
and the women, and don't forget the women.
Or to make you winded, one or the other. I mean, yeah, but and the women love them. I swear they do.
So, are you like married, or what's going on with that?
No, I'm single.
Oh, shoot! So you're hitting all the towns. Then is one in every area code, or how's that work?
Oh man,
the life of a tornado hunter. It's got to be.
Hunt one down here in Nashville. We'll get you hooked up with one of these Southern women, cook you some fried chicken. Put it on you.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you for coming on here, man. That was really cool. Good stuff. Got all the people some tornado awareness. Drive into the ditch as soon as you see the tornado. So it'll.
Yeah, and hey, you need to get with us when your season's coming out. That way, you can tell us about it, and hype it up a little bit. I know we're not very big, but we're getting bigger every day.
I'm getting fatter every day.
Well,
yeah,
sure.
No, absolutely. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, just keep in touch and, give you a shirt. You can wear it on while you're on air, man. That'd be great.
See what I can do.
I'm telling you, it's going to protect you, man.
Yeah, it's a good old T-shirt. Yeah, it's got an S on it for Superman.
Awesome.
Is there any crazy nicknames from any of the people that you guys have out there?
No, not really. Nothing to speak of.
Man, we got to come up with something for the next season. Let's start nicknaming the people.
Yeah, F4 Ricky.
Well, man, we got this thing that we do usually with everybody that comes on called our hustling round, where we ask questions and stuff, and you just kind of say whatever pops in your mind. You want to do that with us?
Yeah, sure. Let's give it a shot.
All right. I was going to ask you hurricanes or tornadoes, but we got
we got that one out of the bag,
Yeah.
You still got to have a favorite. Which one's your favorite?
A tornado. When you get a tornado with no rain out in the middle of an open field, there's absolutely nothing better.
That sounds cool, man. What about your favorite music to jam up when you're riding through one of those?
My favorite music, it's either classic rock or country music.
Okay.
Yep.
Might be turning on some Metallica or something like that driving through there.
I don't know, man. It depends.
All right, so you're from Canada. I don't even know if you're going to get this, but Bob or Doug McKenzie?
Sorry, man, I don't get the reference.
It was an old comedy show a long time ago. Bob and Doug McKenzie. They did. You remember that?
Yeah.
The coo 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 coo.
I've heard that.
See, I told you we're old, man.
Yeah, they're too old.
All right, what about Rush or Triumph?
Rush.
Same thing Lana said.
I could have said Def Leppard. They're from Canada too, ain't they?
No, they're from Britain.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I thought somebody was from Canada. I thought the drummer or something was from Canada.
He might have been. But
Shit, I don't know. What about Ford or Chevy?
Ford, absolutely.
All right. Your favorite drink?
My favorite drink. Are we talking non-alcoholic or?
You can do both.
Good Lord, really?
They got beer up in Canada?
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy a good beer, but I would say rum and Coke is the go-to.
Okay, you got a certain kind of rum you like?
No, I'm not too picky. Any dark rum or spice rum will do the trick.
You got to be hooking up then in these towns. You drinking that stuff.
Yeah, he don't care. If he don't care, he don't care. It's awesome. It's great.
All right, your favorite vacation spot when you're not tornado chasing?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I would have to say the Canadian Rockies. Take my sled, or like we call it, like a skidoo snowmobile, out to the Rockies with your snowboard. Disappear into the middle of nowhere, into the middle of the Rockies. Are absolutely monstrous, and there's no greater feeling than getting lost out there.
Man, you're doing all the cool shit.
Yeah,
all we're doing is driving back and forth to work and going to the grocery store.
I'm barely doing it.
Yeah. All right, this is a tough one, man. Your favorite podcast out of Nashville?
Yeah, it's Str8hustlin, actually.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, we're privileged to talk to you, man. It's cool talking about some of your shit you got going on. That's exciting stuff, man.
Thank you guys.
Well, we're really interested in what you do. That's what's cool, I would love to freaking do, and I know we both would love to actually, not to do it. I'd like to just get out there and, I wouldn't want to ride through it in the tee of or nothing, but I'd like to check one out, and see one like I did when I was a kid, but I was too young to see to remember what I saw.
And we're pretty weighted down now, too, so that probably helps.
I don't know if it could even pick me up. It'd have to be a big one.
You'd be holding on to that McDonald's sign. Right.
Yeah, I hold right on to it with a McDouble.
All right, man. I appreciate you taking the time out.
Yeah, man.
That was really cool, man. We're going to get you on here. I'll stay in touch, and I'm going to shoot you a shirt out, man.
For sure. See you guys.
All
right, man. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, that's our show today. Ricky, the Tornado Tamer Forbes, had a good tip for everybody. If you're ever in a tornado, drive directly into the ditch.
Yep, wreck the shit out of your car. No matter if the tornadoes hit you or not, wreck it, pull it in a ditch, you're going to be safer there.
That's right. If you wreck it real good, and it'll fall apart quicker. That way, when the tornado gets there won't be any pieces to fly off of it.
But it doesn't help if you're, one of the 15 million people around here that don't have no insurance. So don't be trying to wreck it in the ditch. You better try to outrun that son of a bitch.
Just don't drive that shit into my car.
Yeah, mine either.
All right, that was a cool show. Had Ricky on there. Mike, tell all our listeners who we got coming up next. We got some cool people.
We got a young up and comer out of Miami. Oh, D Shep. He's on the rise. He's a rapper from Miami, tearing it down on the scene down there. And
yeah, he's got some good shit.
Yeah, you check him out on YouTube, and then you'll be able to hear him on our show. Then we got round 2 with Ken Shamrock. It's our second interview with him, and we feel blessed to be able to talk to people like this, but especially these stars that take us seriously and know that we really care about what's going on. And another one of them is...
we don't even take ourselves seriously.
Well, but we take our show seriously, you know what I mean? Whether we take ourselves seriously or not, doesn't matter. But, and speaking of fighters, after Ken Shamrock, we got another UFC fighter that's off the chain. He's really kicking ass. It's Nate the Rock Quarry. He's a badass, and I know you've heard of him, so check out what he's got to say when he comes on.
Yeah. I know he does a lot of training and conditioning stuff, something we don't know nothing about, but we can still talk to him and see what's happening.
I'm going to turn it back over to your host, Dick Darren. He'll give you all this information about what you need to do to get a hold of us, player. Get some of these T-shirts.
That's right. Hit our website up, Str8hustlin.com, Str8hustlin.com.
NG.
Well... If you want to go to G, you can go to G too, but
it don't matter. It's all there.
It's all good. We got it all hemmed up. So go there, check our sponsors out, buy some T-shirts if you like. We're getting ready to have some more stuff out there for you to buy. We want to thank everybody for listening. You can go to iTunes and subscribe on iTunes. We're on TuneIn Radio. We're on Stitcher. Getting ready to be on iHeartRadio. We're getting ready to be out everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's big. It's getting bigger, and just like your mama.
All right, remember, if you ain't hustling, you ain't living. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Come on, everybody. Come on, y'all. Let me light a cigarette and drink me a beer. It's Sunday morning, and if my baby calls, tell her I ain't here. It's Sunday morning. The bar is closing down again. Me and all my ratty friends, I think the sun's coming up again. It's Sunday morning, yeah. It's Sunday morning, yeah. Yeah, baby.